The next concentration unit that we are studying is normality. So we have studied what? We have studied molarity, we have studied molality, we have studied formality. Now we are going to study with normality, represented by capital N. So all this while we were doing in terms of number of moles, right? Molarity was number of moles. Molality was number of moles in terms of solvent per kg of solvent. Molarity is number of moles per liter of the solution. Now we go on to normality. Now here we are going to talk about the number of gram equivalent. If you remember the chemical equivalent video, we had seen what is number of gram equivalents. What is gram equivalent? What is an equivalent solution? Okay, so normality, we are not going to talk in terms of number of moles, we are going to talk in terms of number of gram equivalent. So how do we define normality? The number of gram equivalents of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. Here also it's volume. So molarity was in terms of volume because we were talking about per liter of the solution. Normality is also in terms of volume because we are talking about per liter of the solution. But molality was not in terms of volume. We were talking about 1001 kg of the solvent. Okay, so normality is number of gram equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution at a particular temperature. Now here also temperature becomes important. Just like molarity, which was temperature dependent, because we had taken volume. Normality is also temperature dependent because here also we are talking about volume, and volume will change with respect to temperature. So normality, the number of gram equivalents of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution at a particular temperature is the definition for normality. So moles per liter was for molarity. Gram equivalent per liter would be for normality. Okay, so all these terms, the interesting terms, molarity, molality, formality. Now we come to normality. So normality is the number of gram equivalents of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. So how do I represent that mathematically? Mathematically, normality represented by capital N is equal to number of gram equivalent of the solute divided by volume of the solution in liters. Now number of gram equivalent of the solute means we have the strength of the solution in grams per liter by its gram equivalent weight of the solute. Another way, or we can say weight of the solute in grams by its gram equivalent weight into volume of the solution in liters. This is also weight of the solution by gram equivalent weight is what? Number of grams of the solute, gram equivalent of the solute. So the same representation in a different way. So we have weight of the solute in grams divided by gram equivalent weight of solute into volume of solution in liters. So that is normality. Normality is, again, when you're defining normality, it is very important to write down that it is at a particular temperature. Now suppose, how do we represent mathematically? What formula do we use? Like suppose W is the mass of the solute in grams and E is its equivalent weight of the solute. So number of gram equivalent would be equal to what? Mass of this you have already studied in the previous videos where we had done chemical equivalents. So number of gram equivalent is equal to what? Strength, that is the amount weight of the substance, divided by its equivalent mass. So number of gram equivalent over here is weight, that is mass of the solute in grams, divided by its equivalent weight. And what is the volume of the solution in liters? Suppose we have V ml of the solution, that means V by 1000 in terms of liters. So number of gram equivalent is W by E. Volume of solution is in liters is V by 1000. So what would be normality? W by E divided by V by 1000. That would be equal to W into 1000 by E into V. So what is W? What is the weight of the solute taken? Any V by 1000. Normality into equivalent mass into volume of the solution divided by 1000 is the weight or the mass of the solute in grams. This is a very important formulae which you should remember. So W is equal to NeV by 1000. And just like we had a molar solution, a molal solution, we also have a formal solution, we also have a normal solution. What's a normal solution? One normal solution means what? 1 gram equivalent weight of the substance dissolved per liter of the solution. So all these terms are similar with slight differences, but they are very important differences. Normality, N, we are talking about number of gram equivalents. Molarity, capital M, we are talking about number of moles. Molality, we are talking about number of moles. Formality, we are talking about the formula mass. Okay, so one normal solution contains 1 gram equivalent of the substance dissolved per liter of the solution. W is equal to NeV by 1000. This is what you're going to use for different numericals, which we will be doing later. Okay, so that is in terms of normality. Now, just like molarity, we have different normality terms. We had seen 1 molar solution, decimolar solution. That ways we have normal solutions also. So when we say, suppose in the question it is given an N, 1N, that means what? It's a normal solution. Normal means 1 gram equivalent of that particular solute dissolved per liter of the solution. Decinormal solution means N by 10. N by 10 means N by 10 grams equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. 1 by 10 means 0.1 gram equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. What is N by 100? N by 100 is a centinormal solution. That means 1 by 100 N. That's a centinormal solution. Centinormal means 1 by 100 gram equivalents of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. What is N by 2? It's a semi-normal solution. The same way like you have done in molarity. The only thing is, there you have taken number of moles, here you are taking gram equivalents. So semi-normal solution, 0.5 gram equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution, or 1 by 2 gram equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. What's a binormal solution? A binormal means 2 gram equivalent of the solute dissolved per liter of the solution. And here also it is important to understand that normality is also a function of temperature, because over here also we have to understand that it's a volume component. So volume changes with temperature, therefore normality will also change with temperature. Okay, so these are the different terms that you have in terms of normality. Now, when we say normality, we have studied what is molarity, what is normality. What's the relationship between molarity and normality? Okay, that's also important because you'll be using again all these in your practicals also, and in various numericals and in different physical chemistry lessons. You will be using normality, you will be using molality, you will be using molarity. So it's very important that you understand the theoretical aspect of it and its mathematical representations, its formulas. I suggest you keep pausing the video and just write them down as it is and learn it. So what's the relationship between molarity and normality? Molarity into molecular mass is equal to normality into equivalent mass. Once again, molarity into molecular mass is equal to normality into equivalent mass. Okay, so molarity is equal to N, which is normality, into equivalent mass of the solute divided by molecular mass of the solute. Now we had studied, when we were doing with chemical equivalence, we had seen the law of equivalence. What did it state? That one equivalent of one particular substance will react with one equivalent of another substance. Right? That means all reactions take place in the ratio of their equivalent masses. One equivalent reacts of A will react with one equivalent of B to give one equivalent of C, one equivalent of D as the number of products. Whatever be the number of products, that many equivalent. Okay, so since 1 gram equivalent of a substance is going to always react with 1 gram equivalent of another substance, and We also know what is number of gram equivalent. Number of gram equivalent, just we saw in the previous video. What is number of gram equivalent in terms of normality? We had seen number of gram equivalent is what? Normality into its volume in ml by 1000. Because normality is what? Number of gram equivalent per liter of the solution. Right? So, number of gram equivalent would be normality into volume in ml by 1000. And I also know 1 gram equivalent of a substance is equal to another 1 gram equivalent of another substance. So suppose I have two substances, substance 1 and substance 2. So gram equivalent of substance 1 would be equal to gram equivalent of substance 2. And what is the gram equivalent of substance 1? Suppose normality is N. Okay. And volume is V by 1000. So for substance 1, if I take N1. Okay, for substance 1, N1. For substance 1, what is the volume in ml? V1 divided by 1000, because I am converting this into liters. So, number of gram equivalent of substance 1 would be what? N1 V1 by 1000. And what would be the number of gram equivalent for substance 2? Let us take it as the normality of substance 2 is N2. Volume in ml is V2 by 1000. So, number of gram equivalents of substance 2 would be N2 V2 by 1000. But since according to the law of equivalence, N1 V1 by 1000 must be equal to N2 V2 by 1000. So, therefore, what would be the normality equation? N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. It's a very important equation. Okay. So, what's the normality equation? The normality equation is N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. So that's how we relate in terms of molarity, normality, and formality or molality. So different units to express the concentration terms. And the last unit that we're going to study in terms of concentration is fraction, the mole fraction. Suppose I have a solution containing 3 to 4 components, A, B, C, and D. Okay. And to know the fraction of A, number of A divided by the total amount, we say is its fraction. Right. So, mole fraction, it is represented by an extended X. We say it's chi, but it's represented by an extended X. Greek letter chi. And the mole fraction says what? The mole fraction of a particular component in a solution. There can be 3 components, 2 components, 5 components, whatever. The mole fraction of a particular component in a solution is the ratio. Now here we come to a ratio. It is the ratio of the number of moles of that particular component to the total number of moles of all the components present in the solution. Okay, once again, we'll come to the numerical part of it. Mole fraction represented by chi, a Greek alphabet, generally written in terms of X. When you look at it, looks like an extended X. So mole fraction of a particular component in a solution is the ratio of the number of moles of that component to the total number of moles of all the components present in the solution. So mole fraction is equal to number of moles of the given component divided by total number of moles in the solution. Okay, so how do I represent it? For example, suppose I have A and B in a particular solution. Number of moles of A is Na. Number of moles of B is Nb. Then the mole fraction of A would be Xa. I'll take it as Xa, it's chi A. Mole fraction of B as Xb. So the mole fraction A is equal to number of moles of A, Na, by the total number of moles, Na plus Nb. And mole fraction of B would be number of moles of B by Na plus Nb. Now we know when we talk about fractions, the sum of all the fractions would be equal to 1. So the mole fraction also, the sum of the total mole fractions when added together, sum would come out to be 1. So XA plus XB must be equal to 1, or chi A plus chi B must be equal to 1. Now mole fraction we know is a ratio, so we don't have dimension for this. And here, since it is in terms of only number of moles, it's a fraction, we have nothing to do with temperature. So molality and mole fraction, they are independent of temperature. Molarity, formality and normality, they are dependent on temperature. Okay, so these are the different terms that you have in terms of concentration, the different units that you are going to use to represent or to understand in terms of concentration.